first with breaking news. Fox 5 News starts now.
A West Valley home is raided by police. It is in connection to the death of newspaper veteran journalist Jeff Gehrman. We link the address of the home to Rob Tellis, a Clark County public administrator.
The search warrant was served in Piccoli Ranch near Charleston and Apple. Gehrman's body was found on Saturday morning near Vegas Drive and Tenaya Way. Metro Police believe the deadly stabbing took place on Friday because it happened on the side of the home.
And we have team coverage for you this afternoon. Fox 5's Maddie White is outside of the public administrator's office, which is now closed down.
But first, we turn to Fox 5's Joe Vigil live outside Rob Tellis' home. And Joe, you've been there since early this morning when police moved in. What's developing there now?
Yeah, well, guys, first of all, police are now long gone and the roads have since reopened. And this afternoon, Public Administrator Robert Tellis arrived home right behind me. A car dropped him off and he walked into his garage without saying anything. He then closed the garage door. This after police spent hours searching his home. Well, people at Desert Hills and Spanish Steps woke up to a swarm of police around the home of Public Administrator Robert Tellis. Officers blocked off all the ways in, and those who live here had to talk to police to get in and out. Stunning for many in what's described as a quiet neighborhood.
Very quiet, very awesome neighborhood. You know, the school's right around the corner. There's no issues here.
Around 1 p.m., we saw police tow two cars. One, this little BMW outside Tellis' home, and then this SUV. It matched the description of the one police released to the public after the killing of journalist Jeff Gehrman. Neighbor Luis Fuller knows Administrator Tellis and his family. He says they've lived here for several years and occasionally talk. We asked him what he thinks about everything happening across the street from his house and police connecting Tellis to the stabbing death.
I don't know. I mean, he was always nice to us. I can't say one way or another. I mean, we had no issues with him.
What kind of guy is he as far as how you know him?
He's a calm guy, and he's respectful, and always says hi. And nothing different than any other neighbor that we have.
And no word from police at this point what was located inside. And of course, Fox 5 will stay on the scene and provide you any new details. Reporting live off Desert Hills and Spanish Steps, Joe Vigil, Fox 5 News Local, Las Vegas. Yeah, major change here. So in the last 15 minutes, police basically swarmed this neighborhood once again. They actually left a while ago, but have now returned. This is one area you can't get down. This looks just like this morning when we arrived. Everything was blocked off. If we go over here, you can see the same thing. They've got the tape up once again, the police car here again. I mean, this all just happened in the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. And then if we look down here near where his house is, you can see there are officers there as well. I mean, 4 or 5 officers just swarmed this area in just the last 10 minutes or so, and you can see they're putting up the tape, and we're kind of getting in the middle of that at this point. So here's what we know. So we were out here just basically waiting to see what was happening. Police had left. Robert Tellis had arrived home this afternoon, went into his garage, didn't say anything, shut the door, and then all of a sudden an officer showed up, a lone officer, walked up to the home, knocked on the door, identified himself as a... Sorry, they're pushing me out here because we have to get back. Excuse me, sir. Can you tell us why we're being moved back? Is there a safety issue? Or?
Yeah, we're just expanding it. So
okay.
Oh, that side?
Okay, so sorry guys, they just want us to move over here, so we're just going to comply and go outside the tape here. So again, a lone officer shows up, walks up to the house, knocks on the door, identifies himself as a Metro Police officer. No one answers. He sits there for a while. Again, no answer. So he comes back out to a squad car, sits in the squad car, and then just a short time after that, he comes out and he says, we're going to move everybody back. All the media has to move back down the block. I asked him why they were doing that, if there was any kind of safety issue, and he wouldn't say. So there is definitely something happening right now, and we're just going to sit here and see what it is. And by the way, we should tell you that there are no charges at this point filed that we know of. But again, I mean, this was just super quick, super fast, and you can see maybe across the street, other media folks are being pushed back as well. They put up more crime tape. So this looks exactly like it did this morning when they served the search warrant. Police were gone, and now they have returned in force, guys.
Our team coverage continues now. We want to take a closer look at the victim in all of this, Review Journal reporter Jeff Garriman.
The 69-year-old's work had spanned 4 decades in Las Vegas. Most recently, the journalist had turned his attention to the Clark County administrator, Robert Tellis himself. Fox's Maddie White is live outside the public administrator's office with that side of the story.
Yeah, this is the Clark County Coroner's Office where Garriman's body was brought and examined. His death ruled a homicide by stabbing. Now, ironically, just steps away is the office where Tellis works, the public administrator's office. Police spent the day investigating Tellis. Police learning that Tellis wasn't happy with several reports that came out focusing on this office that Garriman wrote.
Jeff was a tenacious reporter.
A journalist's job is to expose the truth. And before being stabbed and killed Friday, veteran journalist Jeff Garriman set out to do just that for his job at the Las Vegas Review-Journal, where he'd revealed claims by current and former employees of a hostile work environment in this very office, fueled by Clark County Public Administrator Rob Tellis, now under investigation by police. An inappropriate relationship with a staffer was one allegation Garriman exposed, as seen in the RJ this May. A public administrator is in charge of securing the property of people who die in Clark County. After Garriman's findings were published in May, Tellis, a Democrat in his 40s, lost his re-election bid in June's primaries. He lashed out about Garriman on his social media accounts. Tweets like these, expressing frustration with the journalist for his findings. Garriman's journalism career spanned 40 years in Las Vegas, including at the Las Vegas Sun and later the Review-Journal. Garriman's reporting exposed corruption and crime and even led to big reforms and policy changes.
Always had the best interests of of citizens at heart.
Garriman's former co-worker says his brave work inspired several instances of positive change in southern Nevada. Schumacher says he's angry about the 69-year-old's untimely death and hopes justice is restored.
It's just unbelievable that someone just kind of minding their own business on their own property could end up being murdered.
Now, typically throughout the day, this office would be open on a Wednesday, but Clark County has made sure to temporarily close the public administrator office while Tellis is being investigated by police. Now, we do know that Tellis is an elected leader, and we know that he was a longtime Las Vegas resident as well. Fox 5's Alexis Fernandez has more on who Tellis is.
Well, Maddie, 45-year-old Rob Tellis has been a resident for more than 20 years and has been involved with many organizations and has received awards for both his professional and community work. Tellis graduated from UNLV's Boyd School of Law in 2014. A year later, he founded Accolade Law, which focused on estate planning and probate matters. In 2018, he first ran for Clark County Public Administrator as a Democrat. He won and took office in 2019 to serve a 4-year term, which ends in 2023. His job was to act as executor for the affairs of someone who has died, who has no known or available relatives to serve as executors. Tellis lost his re-election this year to Democrat Rita Reed, the assistant public administrator. Reed said on her Facebook page that she ran against Tellis because he created a toxic work environment and engaged in questionable behavior with a female subordinate. Tellis responded on his Twitter page saying Reed was manufacturing scandals. Now, Tellis is married and has 3 children. We did reach out to the public administrator's office and we're told they have no comment at this time.
All right, a source has told Fox 5 that Clark County Public Administrator Rob Tellis is now in custody. This follows several hours. Police got out there about 4:30 this afternoon, surrounded his home, pushed reporters back several times to create a larger perimeter. And we saw at one point SWAT trucks in the area of this neighborhood. But we can tell you that Tellis, the Clark County administrator, public administrator, who is leaving when his term comes up, has now been put into custody of Metro.
The Metro family lost one of their own this morning. How officers are paying respects to one of their own.
The latest on the accident that killed an officer after a beam fell onto his car while driving on the US 95 freeway.
Excessive heat warning still in place. We've already hit 108 degrees. That matches a daytime high record. Let's find out in the next couple of hours if we break that record.
The White House is lifting one of the last existing COVID mandates. This as Clark County is recommending to bring masks back.
First with breaking news. Fox 5 News starts now.
A Metro officer is dead after a beam fell onto the freeway, smashing his car. It happened on the southbound lane of the 95 around 7 o'clock this morning.
And this is what the scene looked like this morning and a couple of hours ago as a police procession was held to escort that officer's body to the coroner's office. We have team coverage for you today on this tragedy. Fox 5's Danny Maston is live at the scene with details of how this all unfolded. And Ken Smith is here in studio to explain exactly how those beams are used.
But first, let's check in with Fox 5's Lauren Martinez, who is live at Metro headquarters following the police procession.
Just after 1:30 this afternoon, a procession was held from US 95 to downtown Clark County Coroner's Office. Now, the procession followed the removal of the officer's body. Las Vegas police have yet to release the name of the officer killed, but they will do so when family members have been notified. Now, this officer was driving southbound on US 95 behind a tractor trailer. Nevada State Police said that driver hit a metal beam when going under the overpass. That metal beam landed on the officer's car following behind. Now, we got this statement from the police union. Quote, "Today is a very sad and tragic day for the men and women of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. In a tragic accident on the freeway, one of our own lost their life. Not only is this loss felt by all first responders in Nevada, but the community at large has also lost one of its heroes. We pray for strength and comfort for our fallen brother's family and friends, as well as our entire community." Now, many drivers that were just a few cars behind this officer are counting their blessings. NDOT crews are repairing damages as we speak. Fox 5's Danny Maston joins us now live off of US 95 with how this tragic accident unfolded.
Lauren, we know this happened around 7 o'clock this morning going southbound on the US 95 freeway. Crews are working to repair the 95 right now, and it will be closed until 8 p.m. The Nevada State Police say a driver driving a tractor trailer carrying a large piece of construction equipment going southbound on the US 95 freeway hit a metal beam when going under the overpass. That metal beam then landed on the vehicle the officer was driving in, following behind the tractor trailer. Police say the driver driving the tractor trailer is being cooperative as police continue their investigation. NDOT says they do plan to replace the beam and will now need to assess how much of a setback this will be to the Centennial Bowl construction. And they say there are height limit signs of 15 feet right before reaching that underpass that is intended to prevent large trucks from passing through.
There's also a vast network of signage and permits. Anytime somebody's coming through with an oversized load, they do need to get a permit for that. And so they should have been warned, or they should be warned ahead of time about the bridge restrictions through those areas.
I'll send it over to Ken Smith now, who will explain why those steel beams are there in the first place.
Yeah, a lot of folks are wondering, why do we have these beams that run across the roadway right here in these construction-related projects? There is a good reason why the Nevada Department of Transportation put in this beam. You can see this beam that actually fell down after being struck by that tractor trailer with hauling some construction equipment, but the beam was up here. So here's the top of the pole there. There's the top of the other pole. That's where it is. That's about the clearance of about 15 feet. That is the clearance, which is actually the federal standard minimum out here. That is going to be the area that actually was struck, and then it fell down, hit that vehicle randomly, killing that driver early this morning. But the reason why, once again, those beams are there is to warn tractor trailers or any high-profile vehicles that, if they hit it, hey, you're going to hit the overpass that's directly beyond this particular pole. And that's exactly what happened this morning during this deadly crash that occurred along this stretch of roadway. Once again, those clearances are 15 feet in this area with this construction project. I did reach out to the Nevada Department of Transportation. I asked them if they're going to be doing reviews on all these posts that they have at various construction projects, including up in the Northeast Valley. So far, they haven't gotten back to Fox 5. We'll definitely be following up on this developing story.
And our coverage continues. We'll bring you the latest right here on Fox 5, on air and online. We are learning the identity of the officer who was killed by a beam that fell on the 95. This is Detective Justin Terry.
He is with LVMPD, and of course, he died this morning in that crash near Centennial Parkway on the 95. He was in an unmarked police car when that accident occurred. He works normally in the Homicide, Sex Crimes Bureau, Sex Assault and Abuse section. He joined LVMPD back in 2001, and he was just shy of 21 years on the force. He worked in the Southeast Area Command, and definitely he had a big presence there. We have learned that he has a wife and 2 sons. And at this time, the family requests that donations go to the Injured Police Officers Fund, the only approved donation at this point. But of course, this is something that we are going to continue to follow and bring you the latest as we learn more.
And Lauren Martinez will, of course, have more details at the half hour for us.
First with breaking news. Fox 5 News starts now.
We continue to follow breaking news this afternoon on the Metro officer who was killed after a beam fell onto the highway and smashed his car.
And we have more team coverage for you. Fox 5's Danny Maston is live at the scene with details on how everything here happened.
But first, Fox 5's Lauren Martinez joins us live again from outside Metro headquarters following an earlier police procession. And Lauren, we are now learning the officer was on duty.
Alexis, this officer was on duty, and just moments ago, Las Vegas police released his name. This officer involved is Detective Justin Terry. Now, Terry was 45 years old. Police say that he was involved in the tragic accident off US 95 near Centennial Parkway. Detective Terry was on duty in his unmarked vehicle when this accident occurred. Police say Detective Terry was assigned to the Homicide, Sex Crimes Bureau, Sexual Assault and Abuse. Detective Terry was a member of the Las Vegas Metro Police Department for just shy of 21 years. Police say he is survived by his wife and 2 sons. Now, earlier this afternoon around 1:30, officers held a procession for Detective Terry from US 95 to the Clark County Coroner's Office. As investigators determine how this happened, we can tell you that Detective Terry was killed when a metal construction beam landed on his car as he was following a tractor trailer. Now, Nevada State Police said that tractor trailer hit a beam as it was going under the overpass, and that beam then landed on Detective Terry's car. Now, as condolences are pouring in from state officials and from throughout the community, NDOT has started making repairs from the damages made earlier this afternoon. Fox 5's Danny Maston joins us live near US 95 with how this accident unfolded this morning.
Well, Lauren, we know that this accident started around 7 o'clock this morning, going southbound here on the US 95 freeway. The Nevada State Police say a driver driving a tractor trailer carrying a large piece of construction equipment going southbound on the US 95 freeway hit a metal beam when going under the overpass. Now, that metal beam then landed on the vehicle the officer was driving in, following behind the tractor trailer. Police say the driver driving the tractor trailer is being cooperative as police continue their investigation. NDOT says they do plan to replace the beam and will now need to assess how much of a setback this will be to the Centennial Bowl construction. And they say there are height limit signs of 15 feet right before reaching that underpass that is intended to prevent large trucks from passing through.
There's also a vast network of signage and permits. Anytime somebody's coming through with an oversized load, they do need to get a permit for that. And so they should have been warned, or they should be warned ahead of time about the bridge restrictions through those areas.
Now, crews are working to repair the 95 freeway right now, and it will be closed until 8 o'clock tonight. Reporting live, I'm Danny Maston, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
And our coverage continues. We'll bring you the latest right here on Fox 5, on air and online.
First with breaking news. Fox 5 News starts now.
So we are following breaking news from the Las Vegas Strip, where Metro Police say 6 people have been stabbed and at least one of those victims has died. This happening in the area near Las Vegas Boulevard and Sands Avenue. Witnesses telling us it appears one of the victims was a showgirl taking pictures with tourists on the Strip. Still a lot of information that we are gathering on scene right now. We do have crews on scene at the moment.
And Helen, I just want to start with you. So you didn't see the attack, but you saw what happened after the attack. Can you just describe to us what you did see?
I saw a guy, he was wearing a t-shirt and he was screaming, saying he was stabbed. And he pointed to this guy who was on the bicycle full of tattoos, saying where the stabber was heading towards. And then he was walking across, bleeding, until he took his t-shirt off, put it on his chest. In the end, I think he was in so much pain, he sat at the bottom of the escalator, and all I can see, he was like shaking. It was horrible.
Now, Deputy Chief James LaRochelle said this is a murder investigation. He said there's a total of 8 victims. 2 died, 6 were stabbed. He said this happened on the east side of Las Vegas Boulevard, and it happened on a sidewalk completely unprovoked. They did release video of the suspect running down Las Vegas Boulevard and turning on the corner of Sands Avenue.
Our city's destiny was never promised. It was built. It was earned. From entertainment capital to growing sports powerhouse, now home to the NFL Draft. For college athletes turning pro, their story starts here.
Las Vegas is ready.
For Las Vegas, it's just the next chapter.
Fox 5's covering every corner of the NFL Draft. We've never seen the city like this.
It is a huge weekend for Las Vegas.
Strip closes for 3 days, making way for the NFL Draft.
Because with hard work, dedication, and passion,
Fox 5's got you covered.
Legacies are made.
All right, good morning and happy draft day.
Man.
Alyssa and I are holding down the fort here in the studio.
Yes, we're literally holding it down. Dave and Faven are live at Dre's on the Strip with everything draft related. Good morning, you two.
Good morning, Jace. Good morning, Alyssa.
Man, that little open we had fired me up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This is a massive day for the city of Las Vegas. It just shows how much we've grown as a city and how the rest of the world now looks at us as the place to bring all the events, including the NFL Draft. You guys.
Oh, yeah.
And we are just getting started. Live team coverage from our sports team. We've got that at Raiders HQ and team coverage from inside the NFL fan experience.
Yeah, so stay with Fox 5 all morning long.
The Fox 5 Surprise Squad is sponsored by United Nissan, America First Credit Union, Albertsons, and Vons.
It's a story that hits close to home for our Fox 5 family. A few years ago, former Fox 5 anchor and reporter Faith Tanner stepped away from the news desk to concentrate on raising her sons.
That's right. But now, instead of spending time with her boys, she's battling cancer in the fight of her life. With travel costs and hospital bills piling up, Faith's Bible study group reached out to the Fox 5 Surprise Squad.
I wrote into the Surprise Squad because my friend really needed help. Faith is going through the hardest journey of her life. They discovered that she had rare bone marrow cancer. To hear that word and have that diagnosis is just beyond hard. She has had countless procedures done. At one point, she got so sick that she went to the ICU. She was on a ventilator. She's had many setbacks, but she has just been such a strong, fighter. It has been a really hard financial burden on her family. I always say they're walking through a hurricane.
Faith and I have known each other for a while. We used to anchor together on the weekends at Fox 5. The fact that we could do something to help her just means the world. We got the balloons, we've got the people. She was just discharged from the hospital on her birthday. This is an exciting day.
Very exciting and surprising for her too, for us to call her on her birthday.
Hi, Faye. How are you guys?
We're good. How are you guys doing?
We're so happy that you got out of the hospital today. You actually got the whole small group together. Everyone wanted to send you a message on your birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Faye. Happy birthday to you.
I actually also have a special guest.
Kurt, Faith, Vince Sapienza with the Fox 5 Surprise Squad. Where are you guys at right now?
We're in Phoenix, Arizona. I just got out of the Mayo Clinic. I've been in there for like 70 days.
It's been really, really inspiring for me. I see her every day. They said that she's one of the only patients they've ever had who demands physical therapy every morning. She's been pushing to get herself out, and she's only going to get better.
Where's that fight coming from?
My family. I want to get back to them. I want to get back to normal. I've been having a tough time. Sometimes I get really angry with God and wish this didn't happen and feel like defeated, but I have faith that it's going to somehow work out.
She's just such an inspiration to me and to the boys. I know that when they grow up, they're going to be really inspired by what their mom went through and how she continued to push just to get home to them.
Couple guests I want to introduce you to. So first up is Ricardo from America First Credit Union.
Faith, you're an incredible woman, and we just want you to know that you're not alone in this fight. We hope this helps.
Oh, wow.
Happy
That's
birthday.
So amazing.
We really, really do appreciate it.
That is $5,000 from the Fox 5 Surprise Squad.
Having that is going to be amazing because we're in a rental house here in Arizona and my recovery is going to be longer. We're going to need all the help we can get.
That's not all. We shared your story with Albertsons. Albertsons works closely with the Happily Ever After League, a nonprofit in Phoenix. Happy Ever After League would like to provide $3,000 to help with bills and travel costs for you and your family.
Oh my gosh.
Albertsons also contacted the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, and they want to give you $1,000 in Albertsons gift cards and $4,000 worth of Visa gift cards to buy clothes, toys, anything you need.
Oh my gosh. I can't even believe it.
Juanita from United Nissan is also here.
Hi, Faith. Happy birthday. I have been in contact with Mr. Don Foreman, the owner of United Nissan Vegas. He would like for me to let you know that you don't have to worry about anything other than getting and feeling better for as long as you have to be in Phoenix. We will be covering your rent.
Oh my God. That's so amazing. It's taking such a burden off of us.
We're spending, $6,000 a month on rent here. It's like the biggest burden that's being lifted off our shoulders.
This is so incredible.
Even though she's struggling, you can see that fire within her.
She is a fighter. We are happy that we're able to do a little bit to help them in that fight.
I know you guys have been supporting me every step of the way. It does lift me up and helps me when I really think I can't keep going.
The road to recovery will be a lot easier now.
As hard as the valleys are, we also see the mountaintops because of the love you all have for our kids and our grandkids.
Heavenly Father, we're just so grateful for the community that you've brought around Faith and Kurt. We're so thankful for Faith's strength throughout this battle, and we pray for continued healing. Amen.
Amen.
Faith, we love you so much, and we are all rooting for you here at Fox 5. You'll always be part of our Fox 5 family.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, on behalf of all of us at Fox 5, we wish Faith and Kurt, who also worked at Fox 5, the very best on their road to recovery.
And while we're looking at this photo, I'd just like to point out that Kurt shaved his head when Faith lost her hair, so that he's just such a supportive husband, and you guys are so inspiring to see, and we are all rooting for you, and your strength is so incredible.
Today, we celebrate the Las Vegas Aces, WNBA champions.
We're having a parade to celebrate a championship team.
Fox 5 with live team coverage as they take over the Strip.
The excitement that you feel around the city.
The Aces to death. Best team in the world.
Fox 5's championship coverage starts now.
It is finally time to celebrate our champions. The Las Vegas Aces are the first major professional sports team to bring home a title for Las Vegas.
And as you can see, the team now making their way down the Strip for the big parade. This is a live look from the area of the Strip where the parade is happening right now.
And we have team coverage for you this evening. Ken is keeping an eye on traffic. Vince and Drew both are down on the ground.
Meantime, Kevin and Paloma are set up near the big stage, and Joe and Jacqueline are up at Dre's with a bird's eye view, so let's start there.
Guys, here we go. This is it. Las Vegas Aces, world champions of the WNBA, Las Vegas, the Strip. It doesn't get any better than this. So we're going to take a look down. You can see the parade just getting started. We see Metro motorcycles in front there. We've got people walking down Las Vegas Boulevard already. The Las Vegas Aces in the open air buses. There's energy. There's fire down here. We have people cheering. We have people yelling, marching bands, sirens. This is victory right here.
They have cheerleaders. All the 3 buses are loaded with the Aces and their family members.
Las Vegas knows how to throw a party, and they certainly know how to celebrate their champions, and they're definitely showing a lot of love for the Las Vegas Aces tonight. This is a celebration fit for a champion, and let me tell you, the Aces are soaking this in.
I have never seen anything like this. I mean, look at this crowd. It is amazing out here, and the players are just getting off the bus. This is incredible, Las Vegas. I feel so honored to be a part of this, Kevin.
They have been waiting for a big-time championship here for a long time.
Wow.
And the fans have certainly turned out.
Wow.
Somebody equated it to New Year's Eve here in Las Vegas, and that's exactly what it looks like. For as far as we can see, there are crowds of people on the Strip.
Let's go!
The players are into it right now.
You think it's a party out there?
I think it's a party. They have their trophy. They have their champagne. We still haven't heard. We don't know if we're going to hear from the head coach.
Asia Wilson has her MVP trophy in one hand. She had a bottle of champagne in the other earlier. Definitely having a good time celebrating their world championship, bringing that home to Las Vegas.
Fox 5 Super Build is sponsored by these proud partners.
All right, so in 2 weeks, a local veteran and his family will receive the keys to their very first home. Safety is the biggest gift this new house will provide, especially for their son, Eric.
That's right. So one of our Super Build partners wanted to ensure that same level of safety to follow them on the road as well.
Parents Todd and Wanda Payton have committed their lives to improving the life of their son Eric with cerebral palsy.
He is a solid rock, man.
Born 6 weeks early.
The doctors told me that he had 48 hours to live.
Eric defied the odds, but his parents have faced struggles when it comes to their current apartment, a makeshift ramp, little storage for Eric's medical equipment.
This is step one of many steps.
And prayers when it's time to bathe Eric.
I always pray before I take him out. Lord, please don't let me slip.
But last fall, the couple got life-changing news after they applied to Habitat for Humanity.
You have been selected for the Habitat for Humanity home.
A super build home built by Fox 5 and 11 community partners. After several months of work, the house is nearly complete, built with Eric in mind. Now, Eric's story has pushed our volunteers to work a little harder and inspired one of our partners, Southern Nevada Toyota dealers, to go the extra mile.
Our hope for you guys is that building this home will make life easier for both of you, of course, Eric. And you know what? Eric actually has some fans here, and they want to cheer him on.
Good morning, Peytons. It has been a pleasure to work on your house.
But we wanted to go extra mile and make sure that your ride home is always safe and comfortable.
What's going on?
Firstly, I want to say thank you, Todd, for your service, my friend. Eric, look at this. You're a blessed young man to have parents like this.
Look at your van, baby. This is yours.
And Braun Ability has made sure it's fully equipped with everything you need for your son.
Congratulations, you deserve this.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
Anything we can do to help them and gain their mobility and their freedom that's what it's all about.
I appreciate everything everybody is doing for me and my family. Eric, with that smile, look at that smile. Priceless, priceless.
I wish I could have just stopped all of time. That was the biggest smile I've ever seen.
That was probably the best part. You know, obviously we want the parents happy, but to see Eric smile, that's ultimately what it's all about.
I mean, just amazing, man. I mean, really, this whole thing is just amazing.
We are a community, and though we're a big city as such, but we're still a small town in the mentality that the people that live here matter to us.
There's so many conversations and so much time our staff spends with them that we really do know the impact of this.
Oh God, quality of life for Eric.
Todd said to me, you know, I do everything right in my life and I try to follow the rules and it never works out for me. And you know, at that time in my mind, I'm like, everything comes together in the end.
You've just made our life just become a whole lot greater. We won. We won. That's the bottom line.
We've been talking about this the whole time during Toy Drive, that this has been the toy drive of the right people at the right time, right when we needed it most. And I can't tell you, just on a personal level, and everybody at 98.5 KLUC, this partnership has been going on for as long as I can remember. And you guys turn over so much time throughout the day for me to be able to tell stories and to be able to get the word out. And the partnership is really, Fox 5 is my family. And
we're proud to be part of it, for sure.
Well, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And there are so many people. And what's really funny is there's a lot of people who think that I'm on Fox 5, not just these 12 days around Christmas. They think I'm there all year long. They're like, oh, I watch you every morning. And that just goes to the testament of the impact that we're able to make.
Well, I think for these 12 days, you're on more than anyone else. I mean, so it's great. It's great.
It's probably true, but we really appreciate it. We can't do it without you. And this is certainly as much Fox 5's Toy Drive as it is my Toy Drive, KLUC's Toy Drive, or anybody else.
Well,
so
let's
thank
keep doing
you.
it.
This morning, the House passed the Crown Act, which bans racial discrimination related to natural hairstyles in employment, public accommodations, and housing. You know, for years, many women of color who wear their natural hair or braids have dealt with discrimination in the workplace, with many employers asking them not to do so, but not anymore. Here in Nevada, we passed our own Crown Act in June of 2021. We were the 12th state to do so. And here at Fox 5, and Kirik and I have been wearing our braids for quite some time. Happy that we work somewhere that has always been very welcoming for however we choose to wear our hair. Guys, that's the latest here. I'll send it back to you.
I love that so much, and I love seeing it on air, Faven. You are an inspiration for so many little girls watching you and in Kirika grow up.
Absolutely. I think we get so many messages, and Kirika wears hers a lot more often than I do. They're beautiful, and every time we do, we always have mothers, fathers who tell us that their daughters are inspired by the fact that we're wearing our braids.
That's got to be so
yes, representation
touching.
matters.